In using that property, we can check what is size of that file. So also we have seen two scenario. One scenario is where we are copying multiple files to ADLS to Azure SQL using get metadata activity. So get metadata activity we are using to check all file names, and in for each activity we are creating a list of that like using parameter to create list of file and doing copy activity to copy all file in ADLS. And one scenario is given by you to us. That scenario is we have multiple file. We have to check that multiple file. Also, we have to check size of that all file, and we have to copy that file into ADLS to Azure SQL. But the condition is all file names should be sorry, all file size should be greater than 0 MB, like greater than 0, not MB, greater than 0. If file is 0, then don't copy that file. This all thing we learned yesterday.
Yeah, that's good, Krush. Okay.
Thank you.
So, can you guys raise your hand, whoever have completed that assignment, whatever I've given you?
Yes, Surendra.
Sir, I did have. I am stuck with copy activity only. Last copy activity. ADLS to Azure.
Okay,
I will do after the class, sir.
no problem. And what about others? I can only see four hands raised. Okay. And whoever have not completed, are you guys facing some issues or you didn't get the time to do it?
Sir, I have done half, so I didn't get time. I will complete the rest half.
Okay. Okay, no problem then. So just practice that part, okay? So what I've told you, that I am having multiple files at an ADLS location. I want to process the file from that location, but the condition is when I want to process, I want to only process the file which is greater than 0 byte file. Okay. So does anyone wants to share the screen and show that how they have done?
Uh, I can.
You okay?
Yeah.
I hope are you able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is scenario given by sir. So um, see, first I use get metadata activity uh, for checking all list of files. So this is a I am taking child item property to getting all list of files. And in my storage account, I have three files, and one file is zero, like not it is empty file. So then once I get all file list, I go to the activity. No, sorry, I go to the setting and I give property to get all file name, child item name. So this is a proper dynamic property that everyone knows. Then inside that for each activity, I take another get metadata to check size of all files, where I give these locations and file name which one we are getting from get metadata activity, And over here, we have given property for size. And that once we get all the size of file, I go to if condition. And in if condition, I give condition like expression if greater than activity file size is greater than 0, then it is true. And in false, I keep it empty. So as per everyone see, there is my true. If my condition is true, then it will going to be uh, copy all data. And this is all everyone know how to copy data and all. So this is how I am done. I have done
Okay. Can you show me that get metadata again? This one?
this one. Yeah,
Yeah. So what condition you have used?
this one.
Size, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And in the if condition, what you have used? Show me that.
Uh, in if condition, I have given this one.
Greater, right? Okay. So is everyone good with this approach? Any questions anyone have for Krush?
Same approach, sir, even I have done.
Same method, right? Yeah. That's good then. Okay. Thanks, Krush.
Surinder, I
Congratulations.
have one
Yeah.
question, Surinder.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so when we go into the if condition, right? So inside we have one copy activity.
Mm-hmm.
So there, whenever we look for the pipeline builder, it is not showing the for loop activity output, right? So we can directly just give item dot name and it will work. I just why there is no visibility of that particular activity over there?
Oh, see,
Okay,
I
I'll
am
tell you,
But if
okay?
it
inside
is
of
inside,
for loop only, Jaya.
hmm?
See, I am inside of for each
Yeah,
activity.
even inside of for loop only, I was using for each, but still it was not listing out as a activity output. I just
Yeah,
wanted
Yes,
as
to
the
it will
activity
not going
output, it
to.
was not coming here.
yeah. So that
It
is
will
why
not. Okay.
okay.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
In this scenario, we don't need that what you're looking for, okay?
Okay.
Because we are already in the loop, and inside that I have already. So what he has done, basically using a get metadata activity, using a child item, he has pulled all the files, okay?
Okay.
So then he has written a for each loop, so he is going inside it one by one, and then he is looking what is the size of that file, whatever is coming. If it is greater, he is copying, otherwise he is not copying. Okay?
I did the same thing, Surinder, but
Okay.
the only thing is I cannot able to see the
Yeah, I
item
got
like
it,
for.
what you're saying. No,
Mhm.
for each also you can see where you're not seeing that.
Inside the if else condition, if I go like in copy activity in sync, I have to give the table name, right? So I thought of giving the item dot name, but for some reason it is not showing the for each activity out in the output of
I'll
each
tell
activity.
you the reason for that for
Mhm.
each, but why you require for each inside that? You require the item property, right?
Yes,
No, you can directly use
use
item
it.
property.
Okay, okay,
So,
that is what
Krish,
I'm asking.
Yes,
can
sir.
you show me that? Inside that if condition you have written copy, right? Can you show me the sync of that? Just
Yes,
click
sir.
there.
So here he directly typed it like we
We
have to.
we can directly type it like this, okay?
Okay, okay, that is what I
I
want to
thought,
check.
okay, I
Mhm.
thought you are asking a different question, okay?
No, no, this is the one.
If you'll, okay, I'll tell you one thing, okay?
Okay.
Krish, can you open your if activity?
Yes, sir.
Can you go inside if activity where you have written true condition, right?
Yes, sir. Oh, inside it.
Can you, yeah,
Yes, sir.
just try to bring for each activity from the left hand side. This is for everyone, okay? I'll show you the scenario as well. See, I
Okay.
thought you were asking this.
No, 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 not this.
Inside the if activity, you cannot call up for another for each activity,
Okay.
okay?
Okay. Yes.
And inside the one for each activity, you cannot call another for each activity. See, it is disabled.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
inside if activity also we can't call any other if activity.
No, you cannot do that, okay?
Okay,
So
okay,
now suppose for everyone, okay, just understand this. Suppose if you have a scenario where you need to call a for each activity inside of for each activity, okay?
yes, sir.
Then what do you think what we can do?
We can use execute
Execute
pipeline
pipeline.
and we can have a separate for each activity.
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
can
Or
write another logic. So there we can do that and then we can achieve it. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
inside the if activity, you cannot even call another if activity. Just type if now
Yes, sir.
instead of for each, right? Type if. See, inside an if condition, you cannot call another if condition. So you need to call another pipeline. There you need to write the logic. I'll tell you these things, okay? I thought
Okay,
this
sir.
is what you're asking.
no, no, Surinder. And one more
Okay,
thing,
so
so file size, the property in metadata activity, file size and child items. So child items is only for folders and file size that is for the file, right?
for a particular file, that's correct.
Okay. So we cannot use both in a single metadata activity.
Is we need to use multiple method activity
Okay.
for that, okay?
Okay, Surinder. Thank you so much.
Okay. Let me share my screen now. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask some questions before we start.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Just
go ahead, please.
one second. So, uh,
Hmm.
my first question is in get metadata, do we need that all files should have same kind of structure? In Informatica, we need all same kind of structure for indirect file. So
No, we
in
don't need it. So
it is
now
not
when you've
compulsory, right?
created a mapping, have you kept the same structure?
No,
No. So yeah, we don't need it. It will
it can
work
be
because we are
different kind
running
of structure
something in a
also,
loop,
right?
right?
So,
Yeah, it will going to work.
okay. And we don't know how to use store procedure. Like, if it is possible, can you show us in later on? Like, uh, this come in my mind because yesterday you were trying to explain that truncate property, right, sir?
Hmm.
So we can store that truncate property as a store procedure and then we can use it, right?
What you want to use? Stored procedure?
Yeah, like how to use store procedure and where to use that. Not I'm not sure on it. So if it
Stored
is
procedure if you
possible,
want to call. Okay, you guys tell me from where I can call a stored procedure.
In the data sync
Through,
or
no, through function
No,
maybe.
no.
in the,
I'm
in the
saying
data
that which
sync or
in
activity
cop
I can use for calling my stored procedure.
in copy there is option for store procedure, right, sir?
script also.
Yes, I have told you that you can call everything through script activity. That's the first thing. Okay. Second thing
Okay,
is you also have explicit stored procedure activity. If you have a stored procedure written and you want to run it over here, so if you'll see, you have a stored procedure activity. So I can directly run it. I need to give on which link service I need to run it. Suppose this one. If I have a stored procedure present over there, it will list me all the procedures. I can run, call it over here. And if it is having any parameters, I can define it over here. Okay.
okay, sir. And sir, how to create a store procedure?
How to create a stored procedure? That is a database concept. I'll tell you that part if you want to learn that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll tell you that.
And sir, the wildcard process, there is like wildcard property, right? We are talking
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. I am
Mm-hmm.
still not sure with it is, what it is, how to use it is. So like, I just
I'll
want to
tell you
know,
that part.
this is not necessary to know right now. It will be coming later on, right?
Yeah, I'll tell you what is that. Okay.
Okay. Sir, there
Mm-hmm.
is one scenario you told yesterday. Before archive get metadata, we can use for check that file is exist or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
In real time, we use it.
Yes, we can use it. But in our scenario, we don't need to use it because we are running everything in a loop. So definitely it will be present only. But yes, if we want to have an additional check, we can do it.
Yeah, like it is. If we want to do like additional check, then we need it, right?
Yeah, we can do it. That's correct. Okay.
And what is that variable then? Like it is why it is used? Like how why
I'll
it
tell
is
you
used?
that part.
Okay,
Variable part, I'll tell you. Okay.
yeah.
When we'll come to that part, I'll tell you. Okay. Okay. And then any other questions that you have? If not,
Sir,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, if we use file exist property, let's say for example, we have five files in a folder and we are executing in between, like before that we have used the file exist activity to check if the file is present or not. First file name, like it is there and the processing is done and it has gone to next one. And if the next file name is not present in the folder, if it is not exist in that, the like the below ones will execute or it will come out of the loop, sir.
No, no, loop will going to work, right? Loop will
Okay.
definitely, suppose if you are running five things in a loop, okay? So loop will
Mm-hmm.
always run for those five things. For one of the things, suppose if that file does not exist, okay? So now after that file exist property, we have written if and else condition, right? So it will
Yes.
go into if condition, else condition, and it will come out of the loop, and then it will run for the other part,
Okay.
other value
Oh,
to be processed in a loop, okay? Loop will
okay.
not going to break.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what? Even if your inside activity will fail, then also your loop will not fail. Okay? Suppose if you are having five things, can everyone go on mute who is not speaking? My voice is equal. Okay. So what I was saying is, even suppose if you are if there are five files or five tables coming using a for each, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
suppose for one of the table inside a for each there is some failure during copy activity, then also your loop will going to work for the other tables. It will not going to stop.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay. Sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions anyone have?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, then let me share my screen. Okay, I'm already sharing my screen, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So let us. So we have how many properties we have seen as a part of get metadata activity? First child item, then exist property we have seen, and then now
Size.
you have also
Size.
practiced the size property. Okay, but there are other properties as well, which is not that difficult to understand, but still I'll tell you. Okay, so if I'll come over here, so child item we have seen. Now what do you think where I can see the column count?
In
So
file,
now, yeah, so if I'm having a requirement, okay, so that, okay, if I'm having a requirement where I need to do what? I need to see the column count, okay? So that time I can go for what? I can go for this property column count, okay? Name will going to give me the name, type will going to give me the type, last modified will going to give me at what time it got modified. Okay, I'll tell you the scenario for these. Okay, I'll give you two scenarios, practice it. If you want, I will implement it and I'll show it to you. First is, now generally what happened is, okay, just imagine this way, that you got a file on the first day. Okay, you got a file on the first day and someone have shared the structure of that file with you. Okay, and what they have mentioned, that every day the file will come like this. Okay, so suppose there are five columns in that file, and that column has some data type. Based on that, you have loaded the data in your target table. Okay, now someone have told you that every day the file will come with the same structure, that is same number of columns, same data type. Suppose what happened is, one day the file structure got changed. Okay, in Informatica, suppose you are working and your file structure got changed. What will happen to your mapping?
It will get
Yes,
failed.
sir.
Will do.
Okay, think about it and answer me. Okay,
Can you repeat one
Invalid
time?
column name.
let me show it on an Excel file and you'll understand. Suppose I'm having five columns. Okay, first is EMP ID, name,
Maybe invalid
salary,
column name.
department, and then what can be another column? So this is the content you are getting from the file. Okay, you have
It is not
loaded this
looking
data into
properly.
your table.
It is blurry, blurry.
Okay, for everyone it is like that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's not clear.
Sure, let me stop share and reshare that.
Sir, every time when you share your that notepad or something that is blurred, it takes time and then it will be clear 2 3 minutes.
Okay, so is that good now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is my source file, this is my target table. Okay, so this is what you are doing on every day. You are getting a file, you are loading the data into the target table using Informatica. Okay, one day what has happened is, someone have not given you the department column from the source system. Now they are only giving you four columns: employee ID, name, salary, and location. But you have a consistent mapping, you already have defined the mapping. Okay, what will happen in case of Informatica?
It won't fail actually. Department
It
value
will come null.
load as null, null. Unless there is a constraint on it in the table. If it should
So
not be,
what will come? Okay, so everyone agrees it will not fail or it will fail.
it will not.
It will not fail.
It won't fail,
Sir,
Uh,
sir.
it will fail if department number is any key is there, or if
Okay,
it is
let's
unique
not
key,
talk
then it
about keys and
sir,
all. Okay, right now it is not any key. Okay,
yeah, sir,
so
will
everyone
not.
agrees that it will not going to fail, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
It will not
now
fail.
sir, I
that's
have a
correct. It will
question,
not
sir.
fail. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in source file, the department column itself is not there or the data is not there.
Column is itself not there. So now on one means on any particular day, I am having only four columns. Okay, department is not even there. Okay, so now tell me one thing. So as per all of you, it will not going to fail. Okay, that's correct. It will not going to fail. Okay, but what will happen? What will go into my department? What will go into my location? Now I'm having only four. So this is what I'm having.
It's going to be mismatched, right?
So your target table is having five columns and here you have four columns. What will happen?
Mismatch?
Data is going to be mismatched, right, sir?
Yes, data will going to be mismatched. Your location will start flowing into department. Okay. So if suppose department is a so right now if department is suppose ID column, okay, department ID, it is an integer column, but location is a string column. So then also it will going to fail because of the data type issue. Okay.
Yes,
If
sir.
suppose there is no data type issue, what will happen is it will start flowing and you will not able to understand that it is doing this. So it really happens in real time as well. Okay. So now if it happens, can you able to now if it is running in production on a daily basis, can you able to identify that it will going to fail?
No.
No. Yes,
Unless
sir. We can.
someone will tell you that your data is wrong, can you able to identify?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, no one can able to identify. How will identify? Suppose if something is running from last 5 years, okay, so last 4 years it was running fine, and on any given day it is failing because it is basically doing this part, that it is doing location into department. I cannot get it right. So what generally happens? Suppose now when the business will start reviewing the data, they will say that these departments are not properly aligned. That time we will understand this issue. Okay. So if I want you to do this part in Azure Data Factory, okay, that what you need to do is that you need to suppose if there is a file, okay, it is an employee file. And what I will tell you that first check the structure of the file. Compare the structure. If the structure is correct, then only process it. Otherwise, don't process it. In Informatica, you do not have that option, okay, direct option. If you need to do it, you need to type a shell scripting and then how you need to achieve it. Okay. But here, if I need to do it, what I can do? What do you think? What we can do?
Mm. Structure option is there.
Uh,
Okay. That structure option is there, but before that, do I have any prerequisite? I need to have a reference file, right, from which you will validate the structure. Is this correct or not?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Now, this is your source file which will going to come on a daily basis. But if you need to compare this structure, you also need to have a structure file as well, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Or a reference file which is holding the structure that is a correct structure. So for that purpose, you may require the structure field list. What you will going to do for one file, you will take the structure, okay, incoming file, and now you have a reference file. For that also you will take the structure, and then in the if condition, you will see equals operator that this structure is same as this structure or not. If it is common, then you will go into if activity, otherwise you will not go. Clear with everyone?
Can you repeat one more time, sir?
Okay. So what we need to do is we need to take two get metadata activities, one over here, one over here. In this, I will select my incoming file container directory file name and I will select the structure property. The same thing I will do for this one. Here I will do directory container and the file name for my reference file and I will check the structure. Then I will pass both of them into my if activity. In that I will see if the structure is same or not. If it is same, I want to do the processing. I will basically use a copy activity. Otherwise, I will not do it.
So, sir, in real time, do we use an incremental or full load this method?
Okay, now you tell me one thing. Do you need to do it at a table level or a file level?
high level.
So why you will do it an incremental load? But yes, if your data is coming through a file, you may need to do it. Okay? But the point, okay, now everyone understood how to do means what we need to do and what is the scenario.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So this is the way you can achieve it. Now, if someone will tell you that, okay, this structure will going to check two things for you. Okay? First is it will check if number of columns are same, plus the name is same, plus the data type is same. It will check how many things? Three things for you. Okay? Now, I'll show you one of the structure. Let's see. Then you guys practice that part. But that will, as an assignment, you need to work on that. Okay? So let us see any of the file. So this is my file. What is my container? Batch 001. What is my directory? Input. What is my file name? Okay. So now if I'll come to this structure, if I'll run this, let's see. See this one. I'll see the output. See how's the output. Let me copy paste. Structure name and type it is telling me. Okay. So it will tell me all the columns, first thing. Second thing, what is the name of those columns and what is the type of those columns. And even the positions. Okay, name is department ID is coming first, then department name. All these things is a part of your structure. So if any single thing will change, your structure of the incoming file and your reference file will not match and it will not going to process it. That is what we want. Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here you can make use of a structure property. Now, what do you think? Where I can make use of column count? Where I can make use of column count?
Table and file level.
Matching data data table structure to table structure.
Even mapping table structure to table structure, and even when I am looking for the file, suppose the column count is equal to 2. Okay. So structure is giving you what? It is giving you many things. Okay. First is that what is an order of all the columns? First thing. Second is what is the name of all those columns? What is the type of all those columns? And how many columns are there? Okay. But suppose you don't want to go into that detail level for doing this comparison. You just want to see that if your column count is fine, that is in your source file you are having 5 columns, even in your reference file you are having 5 columns. Okay. So what you will going to do instead of going for a structure, you can go for count as well. Clear with everyone?
Yes, sir.
So it
Yes,
depends
sir.
from requirement to requirement. Okay. Now let me tell you how the structure mapping works. Okay. I already have that mapping created. I can again create it right now, but I don't want to create it. I want all of you to practice it. Can everyone do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no?
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
So, sorry, what
Sir,
you're saying?
can you
Uh,
repeat?
uh,
I'm saying that I want all of you to practice this structure mapping, okay? I'm not creating it right now because I want all of you to practice it. If it didn't work, I will help you over there, okay? But I'll show you a sample mapping, okay? If you'll see what I have done over here, This is the first get metadata activity. I'm taking the structure of the source file. Then I've created another get metadata activity. I'm taking the structure of a reference file. So I have manually created that reference file. Okay. So if I'll show you the reference file, in that reference file, I have not done anything. I have just created the structure of that. Okay. Only the column names, only the number of columns, that's it. Okay. Nothing else I have done. Okay. So now what we need to do it after this, I will come to my if condition. In the if you'll see this, what I'm doing equals this output dot structure, this output dot structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
This
Yes.
output dot structure, this output dot structure. Then if it matches, I am doing something, otherwise I'm not doing something. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear with everyone this part?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the different field list property get metadata activity offers me. Okay. So what all we have learned? Child item first thing, then exist property second, then third is size, fourth is structure, fifth is column count, and there are other things as well. Suppose if you want to identify the name, type, what is the type of that, you can use all these properties. Okay? But you need to understand that in what scenario or in which scenario you will going to use what. Clear with everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good then if it is clear with
Yes.
everyone. So again, I'm repeating, doing these things is not a big thing, okay? Suppose you don't know how to check the structure and all those things, someone is very new, okay? Someone is very new to ADF, okay? You have everything to look for when you will start working, okay? Suppose I'll come to Chat GPT and I'll say that I want to compare the structure of the file in ADF before processing. Okay. See, it will give you multiple options. Okay. So everything you have, get metadata activity, choose field this, everything it is telling you. So what my point is, when you start working, it is not a very big deal to work on these things. But for you to clear that interview, you need to know in which scenario you need to use what. Because if someone will tell me that I want to do this, okay, so I cannot, or if someone is asking you that what is a structure property under get metadata activity, okay, so we should not say only this part that it will going to check me for the structure of the file and I can do that, okay. So for everything you need to relate a scenario with. You will say that you, and for everything you don't need to say that in our project we have implemented. Okay. So how we will going to answer? Suppose if someone will tell me what is a structure property in get metadata activity. Okay. So how will I say? I will say that structure is basically used to identify the structure of an incoming file. Suppose if I'm having a requirement where I need to basically check the structure of the file before processing it. So in that case, I can take a reference file first and I can compare the structure of my incoming file with the reference file structure. So basically, it will going to validate all the column names, what is it, what is at which position every column name is coming and all those things. And based on that, I will going to process my files. Clear with everyone? So this is the way you need to answer it. What I'm trying to say is working on these things is not difficult because you have so many options nowadays. Okay. When you didn't have this chat GPT, it was not that easy to implement. Okay. Because if you'll see, if you'll put this layman term, okay, the way I have put right now in chat GPT in Google, Google will not going to tell you the perfect answer. But in ChatGPT, you can get that perfect answer what you need to do. Okay? So working on these things is not difficult. But for clearing the interview, we need to know everything, plus in which scenario to use what. Okay? And the good part with ADF or Informatica, whenever you will go for interview, no one will tell you to share your screen and implement it. So if you are good in explaining, you can implement it. So you can clear that interview. Clear with everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. So,
Okay.
Sir,
uh,
even they won't ask for SQL query for share the screen and write down the query also,
For
or
SQL, they can ask you. Okay.
mhm.
But for ADF, they will never going to ask you. Even for Informatica, they will not ask you because you cannot download an Azure Data Factory for them, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as
so
long as you guys are good with explanation part, you're good to clear the interviews. Even if you're very good in implementing these things, but you're not good enough to explain these things, it is very difficult to clear the interviews. Okay. So the way you will explain, that is what. Now, just imagine this way. Right now, I'm teaching you. Okay. You have a picture in your mind that I know all these things. How do you know that I know all these things? Because I am explaining you these things. So that is the only way you can tell that I know these things or not. It could be a possibility I can explain you, but I don't know how to implement it, correct? But still, what perception you have right now, that I know all these things because I'm able to explain you these things. So the same thing you need to also learn. When you will go for interview, suppose even in a worst case scenario, if you don't know how to implement it, that's totally fine. No one will tell you to implement it. You need to know how to explain it. Okay?
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
sir, can you please explain when production issue?
Okay. Okay. Any random production issue or what do you want to understand?
Mm, In anything is fine. Databricks or ADF, anything is fine, sir.
Okay. So most of the time, the production issue generally don't come with your Azure Data Factory part. Okay. Because, okay, it may come with Azure Data Factory as well, but why I'm saying it will not come with Azure Data Factory? Because you have already implemented in dev environment, then you have tested in UAT, then you have tested in production environment. Okay. So mostly you will not get these data with your implementation part. When the issue will come, it will mostly come with the data part. That is, some kind of a data is coming which your ADF is unable to process. Okay, it could be one of the possibility. Second possibility is that your data is itself coming wrong, which is basically not not letting you insert the data properly. Okay, I'll tell you one scenario. Suppose one very basic scenario. Okay, production scenario. Now, what will happen is if we are only limiting to Azure Data Factory. Okay. So what scenario we have got? Suppose you are getting the data from a file. Okay. And what do you want? What you are doing is you are processing the data into your target table. Okay. So the same way I am doing it right now. So what will happen is suppose you are using some transformation logic using Azure data flow. Okay. So using a data flow you are doing it. Or let's take a very basic scenario. Let's not go over there. Means we'll
Sir,
come to
can
those
you
things as well.
explain the in Databricks part? A notebook is detached from the cluster. That kind of issues will come. Is it?
No,
Is
it
that
will not
okay?
going to come because the reason
Mhm.
is because when you are creating a notebook activity over here, you are selecting the cluster which you want to run. Okay. And
Mhm.
your cluster cannot be, it may go down. So automatically Databricks will going to bring the cluster up as soon as you want to run the notebook. Okay. But it cannot be a possibility that your cluster is even deleted, because in production environment no one will have an access. Okay, only the admin team will have an access to do that. Okay, and they will not going to do it. So this scenario will not going to come to you. Okay, so what other processing scenarios you may get? Okay, so what scenario you may get is, first, this part can come, but it is a very rare scenario, okay? Not even a 1% scenario that your cluster is deleted or your cluster is not providing you the proper, basically, whatever the memory you are looking for, the processing memory, it is not providing you that memory. It is also a very rare scenario, okay? Because most of the time when you are creating a cluster in
One time
Databricks,
when I
it is
was
a auto
working
scale cluster. Is
there,
it?
when I was working on a community edition, but that time it came as a notebook is detached from Java exception error came actually. So
Because
is
that
that
is a
okay to tell?
community edition, okay? In real time, it will
Mhm.
not going to work, because when you're working on all-purpose cluster, right, it will always be available for you.
Okay, is not that right scenario to tell?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is not a right scenario to tell. Okay,
Okay.
so when you want to explain any production scenario, okay, most of the time in production environment, the issues will come related to the data part. Okay, related to the data part, that the data is not good, the data has not been inserted, and all these things that will going to come. Okay, I'll tell you few of the scenarios what I have identified. Okay, so what has happened is, when I was working on a event management company, it was okay. So what they used to do is, it was a financial domain project, okay? So what they used to do is, they used to get orders, and there is an revenue which is bound to the orders, and all those things used to happen. Okay? So everything used to work fine. So what they used to do is, they used to get the orders. Based on that orders, they used to have revenues coming, and we used to load the data into the data warehouse, and then there's a reporting team which will generate the reports on top of it. Okay? So what they have identified is, in the till the month of, suppose, most of the companies, okay, in US, they have a, okay. Now if I'll tell you in India, what is a year closer for every company?
Usually in March.
March.
March. Okay. So the means normal calendar year goes from January to December. Okay. But thing, okay, financial things, most of the things goes from April to March. Okay, but in US, you will see most of the companies, they will go from June to July, not June to July, from August to June. Okay, for many of the companies, you will see. I'm not sure if you've ever heard this. Have you ever heard this? What I'm trying to tell you right now?
No, sir. Like
Yeah.
in one company where I am working, it was March to sorry, yeah, April to March.
April to March only.
Yeah.
Okay, but you will see in US companies, most of the, I'm not saying most of the companies, but 50% of the companies I have seen, even for Cisco and all these companies, they go for August to June.
Okay.
Okay. So what they have identified is, till June my date till June my revenues were matching. Okay, so they have a SCP system from where the data flows. So now in the SCP system, suppose in the month of June, they have collected the total revenue of $5,000. Okay, and in your data warehouse also, you are showing the revenue of $5,000 only. So everyone was good till that stage. But in the month of July, that is when the next year have started, what they have identified is, as per the source system, suppose SAP is your source. As per your SAP system, they are anticipating a revenue of $800. But you are only showing the data. You are not showing any orders for January month. Okay. You are not showing any revenue for January month. So what they have come up with, they have basically generated a bug in a production environment saying that I am unable to see any revenue for the month of for the new year
अच्छा,
for 2026, that is 2026. So those companies are already in 2026 right now because their financial year have started. Okay. So what they have reported that there is nothing right now in the production environment. There is no revenue, which is for the new year. Okay. So what we need to do is now you need to understand that what is happening. So what we have done, we have first seen the source system. Is that source system providing me the data for new year? Yes, it is providing. So what we have finally identified is when the data was coming, it is coming with a fiscal month. Okay, that is a month of 20. That is a suppose July month of 2026. Okay, but when we have written all the SPs and everything, there we are joining with a one of the table that is a fiscal table. Okay, there we have all the numbers. So we do not have the entry created into those tables. So as we do not have an entry created into those tables, when it has joined with that table, it has skipped all those rows before loading the data into the final tables. Okay, so these are the issues you will get in real time. You will, very rare scenario, you will get an implementation issue in ADF because you have already tested everything, right? You have tested in dev, then you have tested in UAT, then you have tested in prod. In ADF, what issue can come? I'll tell you one example. Suppose when you are doing a copy activity, okay? So what you are doing is you are copying the data from source to target. This is what you are doing. Yes, no?
yes,
Now, suppose if you're now most of the time till now, whatever you have done, all of you have done, you are doing the auto mapping option, correct?
yeah, exactly.
What if the source team will start providing you a different column name? Will
That
your mapping
time
work? Will it fail?
It will fail.
manually we can do that.
No, manually you can do it, but you have already pushed your mapping to production environment, right?
Okay, okay.
Now someone have changed the source table, source column name. What will happen? Your
If there
mapping
is
will
only
fail,
one
correct?
column name change, then
Exactly.
it will
It
continue
will
working
fail,
without
right?
one column, right?
No, no, it will going to fail. You have done auto mapping, okay? So if your source is providing you a different column, your mapping will fail, saying that this column does not exist in your target table.
Okay, okay.
Okay, clear with everyone? So this is one of the production issue. Second issue I'll tell you, okay? I'll tell you that later, okay? Otherwise you'll get more confused. I'm not sure in copy activity, have you, when you're creating a data set, have anyone noticed that there's an option of escape character over there?
No sir.
No, sir.
Previous time we did this mapping, right? You gave that scenario actually.
I'll tell you one thing, okay? If I'll go to any of the mapping, if you'll see this copy activity, if I'll show you, this is my data set, okay? Let's go for this data set. File data set I want to go for. See, escape character is backslash. Okay? What does it do? Whenever you are having your data, means suppose in now what you're saying is, okay, now tell me one thing, okay, as you brought this topic, okay? Now tell me one thing. If you are processing some data, okay, and what is a column delimiter I'm using? Comma.
Come
Okay.
on.
So if in my column itself, column value itself, I'm getting comma. So what people generally do?
They'll change the delimiter.
Did
No, no, they'll not change the
Sir,
delimiter.
sir,
Okay.
can you repeat
Suppose,
one more
they
time?
will say
okay. So this is very important, okay? Not in terms of Azure Data Factory, even in Informatica, you should know
You are
this thing.
saying
I'm
in
not
double quotes on and that column is going to be mismatched that one. If you are using a comma separated one, then address and the next field are coming with along with the comma. Without a double quotes, a column has been right shifted. That's what you are trying to say, sir.
audible now.
Yes, sir.
So,
Not sure my laptop restarted. A junky mobile. Okay, that's fine. I'll tell you. Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you is, suppose I'm having four columns. Okay. In that one of the column is location, and I'm having the data as comma separated. Okay. So now if someone will start giving me the comma itself in my location value, what will happen?
Yeah, you are saying a comma separated, right? Then we have to put it double quotes on. Otherwise, the column, the data has been right shifted, right?
In Informatica, it will consider as a separate column value and it
Yeah,
will keep on
exactly.
processing.
If we
Sorry?
do, if we don't have put it in a double quotes, the entire location is in the middle of that two values, sir. The column value has been right shifted, right?
first step
Yeah.
we will go to location column. Second step we will go to next column, sir.
Yes,
It will
everyone
create one
knows, right?
extra.
This part
Yeah,
that
it will
is
create
even
the
in my
extra column.
data. Yeah. So everyone knows this concept, right? In my data itself, if I'll start getting comma, so it will going to break that data from that point itself, and it will going to move to the right hand side, correct?
Yes.
Everyone
Yes.
knows this part?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, what people generally do to handle this part, they will going to put everything into double quotes for you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what the double quote will do, it will, even though if a comma is coming, it is basically everything inside a double quote. So it will going to understand that it is not a new column, it is a part of the same column. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Now, what if, let me show it to you, then only you will understand. Give me a minute. Okay, let the computer restart. Then I'll share my screen and I'll ask you this question.
I think we can
Whatever
use
I'm
the escape sequence to bypass that uh, quote or comma by using that slash, whatever character that we give as escape sequence. If we use it before that particular character, I think it will get bypassed.
No, yeah, you need to do that, okay? But there's another means another scenario I wanted to show you, okay?
Okay, sir.
So let me connect from the laptop, then I'll share my screen and ask you this.
But Surender, when we were doing the project, I noticed like only Informatica it is considering as a different fields and it is processing the content is go passing on to the next field. But in ADF when we try to do it, it is actually not considering it as a separate field and it is processing. It was processing fine. I just wanted to tell you that when we were using data flow, not the pipelines.
Okay, I'll tell you the reason for that, okay?
Okay, Surender.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now to answer your question, okay? So what you have asked, okay? Because the reason being it has not failed into ADF, because in ADF, when you are creating a data set, it must have already been set as a double quotes. Okay. That is the
In data
reason
pipeline also
you must
having same like that only, sir.
you must have not noticed it, okay? Yes, in data flow also it will be the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Is my screen visible now?
No.
It's
Yes.
loading, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, now visible, sir.
Okay. So what I was saying is, suppose there's a ID column 1, name is Ram, location is India, and department is IT department. Second, you have got 2, Shyam. Suppose someone I mentioned like Delhi, comma India as a location, then he is also from IT. So in your source, you are having 4 columns and you are trying to load the data into the target as a 4 column. But in this scenario, as it is having comma between this data as well, it will consider this as a different column, this as a different column. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what people will do in this case, they will going to put everything inside double quotes for you. Okay. So what
Automatically
this
it was
double
there, right, sir? So why do we need give the specific in ADF?
No, no, I'm not giving it, okay? So in your system will going to handle,
Okay.
you just need to do what? Your data set when you are creating, you need to say that it is a double quotes you need to use, okay? So it will automatically do this. You don't need to change your data, nothing you need to do. It will handle it, okay?
Mhm.
Everything will be handled automatically for you. So it will consider this. Now, what if in a very rare scenario, in your data itself, you'll get double quotes. I'm not sure if you have ever heard about this scenario or not. What if in your data itself you got double quotes?
So it is null then.
Mm.
Nothing is there
No
then.
no need to give that one, right?
Sorry?
If it was already there, what will happen? So ADF is automatically handling, right?
No. Okay. So now everyone knows that if comma is coming between the data, you will handle it using double quotes. Okay. What if a double quotes itself coming in the data? So what it will going to do is it will going to break it from here. Because now for it you require a separator, okay? So for this it is a separator, so it will going to consider it as a new column now, okay? So what people do in Azure Data Factory, they gives you a concept of escape character. So here your escape character comes. So what it is doing is,
Okay.
if in your double quote itself, if a quote is coming, escape that row, don't consider that double quote, okay? That is what you are doing. Clear with everyone?
So using backslash something
Anything you
over
can
there.
use, okay?
Okay.
Backslash you can use, anything you can use. You have an option, okay? So right now what I've done is I've used a backslash. So this backslash is only used, escape character is only meant for this purpose, nothing else, okay? Let me open the mapping. So see this backslash, okay? I'll show you one thing. If I'm not giving any code character, no code character, I don't want. If I'll save it, it will going to fail for me. Let me validate. It will going to fail for me. Okay. I'm saving it so it will save, but if I'll validate, it will fail. The reason being you can only use escape character along with the quotes. Because what you're trying to escape over here, you're trying to escape your quotes only, right? Is this correct or not?
Sir, in real time, we will be getting millions of records, right, from source team.
Mm-hmm.
So, how we will open it and we will enter this escape character
You don't
there.
need to do anything. This data set will going to do.
So, no need to specify in source file.
No, you don't need
Yeah.
to do anything. You don't need to change your source file. I'm just trying to show you how the system will behave when you're giving all these options.
Oh, okay.
Sir, if
Okay?
it was already there, right? So again you are giving a double quotes.
No,
In
where it
your
is.
data is having in our data is
No,
having
if your
already
data
double
is
quotes.
having this, you are
Uh-huh.
saying what your code character is double quotes. You are saying that when you are considering the data, comma separated, just consider it with double quotes. Okay, that is what you are saying. Now, on top of it, what you are saying is, if inside that quote is coming, just backslash, just put this as an escape character and use it. Okay, this is what
Okay.
you are saying over here. Clear with everyone till now? Is it confusing?
Sir, a slight confusion, sir. If in data in between we have a double quote, how ADF will understand this double quote should be escaped, not the other one? How that will understand?
So it will automatically understand that, okay, ADF is smart enough to do it. If in your
Mm-hmm.
double quote there is another double quote coming, if you are
Mm-hmm.
using an escape character as backslash, so it will
Mm-hmm.
automatically handle that. Okay. And who asked this question? So I guess Chaitanya, you have asked, right? That how we will going to put it into every row inside a file in production environment. This is what you have asked, right?
Yes, sir.
To do anything, your system will automatically handle that. So I'm just trying to tell you that this is how system will handle it. Okay. Now just imagine that. So what now, Lavanya, to answer a question, what production issue you may get? In our scenario, we were getting this character as inside this. Okay. So what we were getting? We were getting the data like this. Delhi slash this in India in one of the description column. Now you have comments column as well coming from source. So comment may have anything, right? So some of the user, what they have done, they have put this character in the comment part. Because of this, it was considering, and you have used this as a backslash character. So now you do not have double quotes, but still it has escape, consider it as an escape character, and it has broken it from here. Okay. So what has happened?
Okay. Okay.
Everything got corrupted because of that, for that particular row, and it got failed. Okay. So
Yeah,
these
method
kind of
was
issues you can get in real
Mhm.
time. So what we need to do for this, we have, so I cannot ask business user that don't use this character. We tried to do that, but they have mentioned that it is a comment column. Comment can be anything, right? We cannot specify that don't put this character into comment because IT team does not want you to do it. So we cannot say it to the business user, correct? So what we have done for that, when I've not told you this part. When we have built these queries, right? This one. So when we have built our metadata table, so there I can also have a query column as well, query detail. So in the query itself, when I'm doing it, I can say that for comment column, replace this character with a space. So when you're reading the data from source, even if this character is coming, don't consider that character, replace that with space, and then only do the processing. So what will happen then? This character will never going to come because as per your logic, you are using this character as a backslash character. Okay. So how to explain at the time of interview? The Okay. How you will going to explain if someone will ask you what is the production issue you have got in ADF? There may be other things also I'm going to explain when the time will come. But for now, if I need to explain this, how will I explain? I will say that whenever we are reading the data from the ADLS location, so the data set we have created, we are using the quote character as double quotes and we are using an escape character as backslash. But in one of the scenario, from the data itself, we were getting backslash character. Because of that, the number of columns got mismatched because things got right shifted. So what we have done is in the metadata.control table, we have a query detail column. There we have used a replace function on top of that column, comment column. So in the comment column, we were getting it. So we have used a replace function over there and we have replaced that backslash with blank over there. So that in future, if even if my backslash will come for that comment column, it will going to consider it as a blank character because it has replaced it. So this is the way you need to answer it. Clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so most of the issues when you're getting in real time, it is a data issues, okay? You will not get your implementation issues because you have already tested everything properly, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so this part is fine. So where we were,
Sir,
get metadata, yeah, go ahead.
like you have explained a like backslash in front of Delhi, right, sir? So in ADF will consider to escape the Delhi, and in that way the data is mismatching. You mentioned like if we have a backslash in data, like while we are uh,
Mm-hmm.
like transferring the data from source to target, there
Now
is a
what it
mismatch.
will do is, now in this case, what it will going to do, I'll tell you, okay? So just imagine this way. So what this backslash is doing, if a double quote is coming, it is saying that escape this double quote. This is what it is doing, correct?
Yes.
Now, why we have done this part? Suppose this is how it is coming, I am all good. But if my
Mhm.
double quotes is itself coming over here, so my system will going to break it from here itself. It will going to consider Delhi as a different column and this will going to behave like this. Okay? So for avoiding this situation, I'm saying put it as backslash and don't consider this double quotes in between. This is what I'm
Mhm.
trying to say. If the
Yes.
backslash is, if double quote is coming in the data, escape that double quote. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay. But now,
Yes.
just imagine this way. That is your double quote is not there, but your data is itself backslash. So what it will going to do? It will going to escape this double quote. And it
Okay.
will
The
going to
next
merge
double.
your ID with this one.
Okay. Okay. So
So
the
things will be
coming
left
next, it
shifted
will
in this
escape.
case.
Mhm.
So it
Okay,
will
sir.
now
Good.
what it will going to consider Delhi. This is your data. So now it will consider as a backslash India. It will going to escape this double quote and it will going to merge IT with this column only.
Got it, sir.
Okay. So in order
Yeah.
to avoid all these things, what we have done is if my comment column is having this character, just replace it with space. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, can you open your ADLS dataset where you are doing backslash option?
Mhm. You must also be having the same one, okay? By
Yeah, yeah,
default, it comes that way.
yes, sir. Uh,
Here you will not see, at a file level you will see, okay?
yeah. Uh,
Okay.
I want to ask you a question in here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so here we use quote character, double quote, right? And back accept character as a backslash.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, if data is coming normally, like without double quote, ADF gonna give it double quote, and then if there is any problem, ADF by self going to be accept character, right?
Yes, automatically everything will be done. We don't need to change my file. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to do. So what you are
Oh, okay.
basically doing is here you are directly when you are generating the file, you are generating file with double quotes. then when you're reading the file, you are reading the file with double quotes, okay? And why you are doing it? You're doing it in order to handle this kind of a comma situation that if it comes in between. But what if your double quote comes in between? For that, this is needed. Okay? If you want to read it again, just go to ChatGPT, just select escape character and ADF. Usage of escape character in ADF ADLS dataset. See, an escape character is used in text file to allow special characters to be included in data fields without being misinterpreted. For example, in a CSV file, if a field contains a delimiter like a comma, it might be enclosed in quotes. Okay? If quote themselves appear inside a quoted field, that's what I have told you. That inside a quote itself, you got this character. An escape character is needed to avoid breaking the parsing. Otherwise, if you'll not do this, it will going to consider Delhi as a single column. But your Delhi in comma India is a single column. That is a reason you need to escape it. But suppose if this character is itself coming, it will going to escape this one then. Okay. So see this example. Example. Product A, this he has done. Here this is used to escape the this character. So what he is doing product, then double quote. Here double quote is used to escape this character. Where to use escape character in ADLS, okay? See, when setting where to use it's a different thing. You see, escape character this way. So what it will going to do, it will escape. If you're not going to escape it, otherwise, suppose if you have not used this, it will going to consider this as a different column. But suppose if your data is, if it is coming like this, it will going to break it, you're all good. But if it is not coming like this, if it is directly coming like this, then it will going to escape this one, which you don't want. Okay. So this is how your production issue may come. This is a very rare scenario, but in comment section, yes, comment column, it may come. Clear with everyone? And
Yes, sir.
whatever production scenarios I'm telling you, just note it down, okay? Because when you'll go for an interview, people will ask you these questions, okay? What all production issues you have got in ADF, or what all production issues you have got in database or whatever, okay? Okay, so now by this we have completed our get metadata activity, okay? Tomorrow we will going to learn a new activity, but before that I want all of you to practice that structure part, okay? So just do the same thing, that is prepare a incoming file, prepare a reference file for you, just give the names over there and just try to compare the structure the way I have shown you that pipeline. Can everyone do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Surinder.
Okay, so just work on that and tomorrow when we'll connect, we'll continue with the other activities. Okay, okay then, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.